Hey everyone, sorry I kind of disappeared the past couple of weeks, but I'm back. Let's take a look at this old turkey Bitcoin. What I have here is the daily chart, and the time is 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on February the 5th. Bitcoin make a fantastic move yesterday. Ran up by, I don't know, 10% or whatever it is on strong buying volume. That was exactly what we needed. So the question we have right now is, are we out of trouble? Bitcoin already crossed over this major resistance at 39.5. Is it possible that Bitcoin would stabilize and start to make this reversal in price that we've been looking for? Or what is the probability for sellers to again drive the price down where Bitcoin would retrace and retest this prior low again? Let's see if we can figure this out together. So first thing is, what is the possibility for the price to retest this prior low again? Nothing is impossible. So there is always a chance for that to happen. But I think the probability is a lot lower now than it was a few days ago. Most likely, in my own opinion, I think this is the bottom. It is more likely that we will see Bitcoin stabilize and then continue this reversal in price. Now, let me explain why I think that is likely the case. Bitcoin went on this really nice bull run, ran all the way and established an all-time high at around the first week in November. Then after that, we saw the price pull back. And during this pullback, it has very much been oscillating within this downward channel. And then we saw this major drop in price where Bitcoin dropped all the way down to about 42,000. After that, the price bounced up. Normally, during a major pullback and a recovery in price after that, we tend to see the price stabilize. And then after that, it attempt to run up. But the minute it tested the resistance of the channel, it get rejected. So at this point, sellers pretty much won. So they took over and they drove the price down. That when we see the price retrace and then it retested this prior low. So the key here is when the price stabilize and try to cross over the resistance, it get rejected. Same thing happened after that. The price continued to stabilize and then it tried to retest the resistance. Again, it got rejected. That's when the price broke down. It dropped all the way down to this low here, which is a 32.9, I think. After that, the price stabilized. Here it tested the resistance. Initially, it got rejected. Now, the key is this. Yesterday, on Thursday, the stock market was down big. The Dow lost about 500 points. But surprisingly, Bitcoin hold up really well. So that was a very good sign because normally when the stock market drop, we see a major drop in the price of Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin were to drop on Thursday, we would likely see it retest this prior low again. But that wasn't the case. So that was the first bullish sign that I see. Then on Friday, when the stock market stabilized and recovered near the end of the day, we have this major spike up where it breezed right past this red line, which is a 10 days moving average, as well as finally, after over 2 months, it was able to break out and cross over the resistance of this downward channel. So that was really the key. And that makes me believe that the probability for Bitcoin to pull back and retest this prior low in the near future is very low. Most likely what's going to happen is this. After this major run up in price, if we look at the stochastic oscillator, these two signal lines are now in this overbought territory. So most likely what we're going to see is Bitcoin stabilize, could possibly pull back a little bit. I expect to see the 39.5 to provide major support. And also the 10 days would continue to trend upward. And the 10-day would also be right at around this 39.5. And it will definitely provide strong support. I expect to see the price bounce off And if that is the case, it would be ideal because we could potentially look at the possibility for Bitcoin forming this we're looking inverted head and shoulder. And if that was the case, then I'm looking at Bitcoin run up to about 50,000 within the next few weeks. And that would be great, wouldn't it? But anyway, in the near term, the first major resistance would be right at this prior low. That's when we had this major flash crash at around 42,000. So 42,000 is going to be a major resistance. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at 41.7. If somehow it can cross over 42,000, that would be a great sign. The next major resistance would be right at the 50 days moving average, 43,000. Expect a lot of pushback at this 50 days moving average. If Bitcoin somehow can cross over and stabilize over 43,000, then we are definitely looking at Bitcoin running up to 50,000. However, on the flip side, if there is a pullback, which is I think it likely will happen because the 42,000 is definitely, this is a major resistance line. Even though right now, Bitcoin is trading at 41.7, very close to that. But expect a lot of pushback if the price were to pull back. And if this first major support level at 39.5 does not hold, and if the price were to break down, most likely Bitcoin would retrace and then retest the resistance of this downward channel. Now is actually the support trend line at around 36,000. And I do expect very strong buying support. Bitcoin would likely stabilize and then continue this uptrend again. Like I said before, I am still very optimistic on Bitcoin as well as the rest of the altcoins. First quarter still is going to be good for Bitcoin. I mean, we have another 6 weeks until the end of the first quarter. So I do expect to see Bitcoin make some sort of like major run up in price from this point until the end of March. So Bitcoin is definitely in a much better position right now than it was a few days ago. So I think we're kind of like safe right now, but expect Bitcoin to continue to be extremely volatile given how the stock market has been trading over the past few weeks. That's it. Give me a like if you appreciate this content, and if you like this sort of boring videos, make sure to click that subscribe button and turn on notifications.